Hello and welcome to the insev podcast. This is episode 3. I'm Craig. I'm here today with the head of USEV's Body Nano team. It's Michael Harrison. Michael Kritika. Say hello.
Hello there.
And also joining us is that chassis boik. It's Kieran. Say hello.
General Kenobi.
Right, that's too far.
It had to be done. I'm sorry. You can't do a man hanging. It's like a high five. You just can't do it.
You gotta aim for the elbow
though. We're gonna start off with some team news as per usual. Harrison, kick us off. What's happened this week?
Drew's gonna make things now. Like I had a meeting with him and he was like, the molds are great. You're the first person to have not made a piece of crap that will need changed. So
the molds haven't been done yet. How can you say they're great? Oh, the models.
Yeah. You know what I mean. The models.
Yeah, I thought you were just getting ahead of yourself.
No. He was like, you clearly thought about this, which is a start. So go make them smaller so you can put them in the machine.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's good body news. For team news, we did our risk assessment training today. Also Friday. Yeah. This is consecutive Fridays we do these on. Apparently we're actually on the schedule, so that's pretty good. But yeah, risk assessment. It was supposed to be 3 hours, and I'll be in 2. So we got through 2.5. We got through pretty well. It's good fun.
It was more fun than the first time.
Yeah. What from last time you did it?
Yeah.
You thought it was more fun? I kind of enjoyed that. I thought it was alright.
The person wasn't as boring. Let's put it that way.
Oh, fair enough.
Was it the same guy as last time?
Oh, the woman.
He retired.
Oh man, feels bad.
It's alright though. It's out of the way. Don't have to do it for another year, at least.
Or 3.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get through, but I don't know. It's semi-useful.
Yeah.
You have to do risk assessments, so being told how to kind of set them out properly does help.
Yeah, it's just cosh forms and stuff next. It's not too bad though. I mean, it means we can start doing a bit more fun stuff these days. Start throwing hammers through the asbestos walls and all that.
You mean bars through the walls?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you do the risk assessment before, it's okay. I mean, that's what I got from today's excursion.
I mean, mesothelioma is a negligible risk. I mean, she said herself that the asbestos risk is a bit overblown and it's a bit overhyped.
Yeah, we got a whole section saying, "Hey guys, asbestos isn't that bad."
Overhyped.
Yeah, not a big deal. I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's like it's like in the newspapers, they blow out of proportion. So yeah, that's what we learned from our risk assessment stuff today. Also the little things about actually how to write them, but that's the more important stuff. It's the things that you carry through the rest of your life, such as asbestos.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Last year for the cost training, we all just sat in Robert's apartment and all 8 of us just did it together. It was.
We did that the other day. Went up to James Weir and just went through all the videos.
It's something else.
Yeah, it's like 2 times speed. Put the closed captions on.
Yeah,
you're barely paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, for the record, I learned a lot from them, and I think
100% the multiple choice.
If this is ever used in my testament as to why the James Weir building was burned down again. This is me saying, as a matter of fact, I was in fact being safe. I swear.
I mean, the thing is, right?
Don't
you
worry.
write the cost assessment. You write the cost assessment, but then someone has to sign it off. So
that's where corruption comes in handy.
Yeah.
I think you'll find it's a crime.
Yeah. You
slip
need
through
to get people on board. You need something on their family. That's what you need. So you can get them to sign your cost assessments without any worries. Man.
Brilliant.
A certain staff member has his kid's photograph on his desk that's in the labs. So just saying.
Wait, what? Hint. What's that? Who's got their kids in a photo?
No comment.
Oh,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, me neither. Oh,
don't worry about it.
Here, Harrison, should we could comment on our nefarious plans, assuming that no members of the board watch this until Monday, which is probably pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Is it even going to be out by Monday?
So it's like, you could hold off on so when by the time you listeners are listening to it on Monday evening, you'll have
Already
you
been
may have heard of
pranked.
you've been pranked, boy. Basically, we got a cake from Martin, the El Jefe, El Capitan, for Harrison's birthday like a wee while ago, and like the cake tray, the sort of cover that went over it, is the perfect shape for making a huge amount of jelly, and we're gonna see if we can take some various items, various rather important items from around from around the lab, and plan on inserting them into the jelly.
We're thinking batteries.
PCBs, batteries, wrenches, just like take away all the mice, hide them all, bar one, and the one that you're allowed access to is inside the jelly. So they have to run around through the jelly to get what it is.
How
It's
do you
like-
plan on implementing this? Like what?
Well, we have
there's
to
a
have
fridge. There's a fridge in the lab, and there's
And
a
a
kettle in the lab.
Are you going to make it in the lab?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the
See if
perfect
Glenn
crime.
comes in, like,
Plus,
oh
I
my
mean,
God.
like at the end of it, you have a tasty snack.
You gotta wash those tools first, though. I don't want to
Yeah,
get my
yeah.
asbestos in them.
Yeah,
Carbon.
exactly. Like you can't eat the jelly if it's had a screwdriver in it.
Yeah, you can.
Just don't worry about it.
You're too picky, Craig.
You have no idea, like, what we put all of our tools through last year. Like the amount of foam and like partial bits of foam and stuff like that is stuck on those screwdrivers and
Adds
spanners.
flavor.
It's like a garnish. It's like, a little salt and pepper.
Hey, as long
Coriander.
as you do a kosh form, I'm okay with it.
Little sprinkling
Or is it
and
stuff?
body filler. I think it's important to note as to why the quality, not just of the of the podcast itself, but the actual audio quality has gone extremely downhill in the past 2 podcasts, and that is that we're using Discord because we didn't have time today to set up a meeting for the much preferred system of using Craig's phone.
I mean,
The audio record. It's the
okay.
superior way.
It's so much harder to talk though because you don't know when the next person's going to say a thing. Like you don't
It's
have
true.
the facial like
A lot more silences.
the facial cues and stuff like that. You just kind of have to like wait for your moment. It's
Yeah, you have to populate the chat. We need to start getting guests on so that we don't have to worry about awkward silences because we'll just have someone coughing in the background. That'll clear the silence.
We could pop the link into cheeky Facebook and see if we get some takers.
No, we'll just post it on Reddit as well. It'll fill up no time. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Random
Yeah.
guests.
I don't know.
See what the general public think of Yousev as a whole.
Do you think that we should be getting board members onto the podcast, or do you think we should just get random strangers?
Oh, well, I mean, a bit of both. I think
Let's
I think
invite random
board members
strangers.
is good. Oh, we could do, but I mean, like, you kind of want someone who's a bit of knowledge, like at least has interest. I think
I don't know. We could try and
members of
get
the team or other students around Strathclyde.
could try and get Josh Harrison's cousin's boyfriend or whatever.
Oh
The
yeah,
lawyer.
he's a chill dude.
Get
Yeah,
Josh.
the lawyer. Yeah, for the person who'll sort out all our
Just gonna say, like, I see him
Wild
maybe once
issues.
a year at like family events. So
Doesn't matter. Discord's accessible everywhere.
I want Josh. I want Josh in. Anyway, team news. Kieran, Chassis.
Team
what's
news.
happening?
Oh well, I already gave my bit of team news. I'll have you know. I
What,
told you about that and the
Just did a risk assessment.
that risk
course.
assessment stuff. Yeah, I feel like I filled my quota, but if you demand it, so be it.
Is that all that Chassis has achieved this week?
Chassis done nothing. I've had a busy week of report handing in and coursework to do. I think it's very similar. It's like I said last week. Yeah. Chassis doesn't really do anything. Is the point though, because it's such an arbitrary. I mean, who even needs a chassis really? So with that in mind, I have no news.
Okay.
Well, there's big team news. We're gonna get kicked out of the lab for a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, that whole
Really?
thing.
They're
Yeah.
like tearing the floor up or something.
No, I
Or
think it's the floor above us, therefore our roof. See how that works? It's the second floor second floor. So our roof is getting ripped from
is
the
it
roof.
roof or rough?
It is the roof. I mean, I think USM's been complaining because their roof is actually starting to bow down.
Wow.
So that's not great. And
Is
they
it
can
like-
I
every
think
now and
this
again they'll
ours is
get
too.
dust falling from the roof, and they're not sure if it's harmless asbestos or not.
is it a leak or what?
No, it's just
Oh.
the fact that there's like builders putting holes in the floor. I guess I don't particularly know what it is they're doing. Again, I'm not entirely sure.
It's
the
the
whole
it's
sort
the
of
whole
hole-
Weir lab. They're just tearing it up and redoing it for, I guess, us students because we're loved so much.
Yeah, I
But
guess so.
it involves the floor being drilled through and bending.
It's to let the Wi-Fi beams through. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God. But I mean, like the place where we that we're gonna get like, so I think USM's moving out first to some lab on the second floor. So we're kicking out a whole bunch of PhD students. So USM get it first because their roof's getting destroyed first.
Is that the student zone?
Yes, it is.
That's
And
where my
then
friend is.
too bad.
Well, he's getting
That's
kicked out.
amazing.
So
Too bad. Rip.
Man, I
But yeah, and then
forgot about that.
USM takes it for a few weeks.
Uh-huh.
Then they get to move back into their place. Then guess what? USEV gets kicked out, and that's when we're like planning and building our car. So USM gets it over the Christmas break, and then we have to deal with
Oh man,
actually
that's-
manufacturing somewhere where we have no idea if we're actually gonna have access to tools and whatnot. So
Tell that
that'll be
like
fun,
USM is the favorite team at the uni.
possibly.
Like, because the
We're,
Christmas
we're
break,
working
like,
on that. Don't
no
worry
one's
about
gonna be
it.
doing anything anyway.
I think Strathloop's the favorite team by the uni. My personal opinion. Strathloop. Do
Strathloop.
you know about Strathloop?
No, what is this?
You know Elon Musk's Hyperloop?
Oh,
in other team news, there's new societies a new kid on the block. You could say Strathloop. They're
We're no longer doing insev. We're no longer talking exclusive about our stuff. We're talking about every other team. We're just a report podcast now.
It's like what's the dude's name? Keemstar.
Keemstar. Oh dear, no.
I think this
Or
is a
the
good
week.
time.
I hope not.
I think this is a good time to thank our sponsors, Cloudcraft.
Yeah, and Keemstar.
Keemstar.
Big shout out to Cloudcraft for all your sunglasses needs.
Yeah, and the alumni fund. See,
And
we're
the
trying to
alumni
put-
fund as well.
Yes, again, now we have to mention them at all elsewhere for this quarter.
Anyway,
Fantastic.
back to whatever it was you were talking about.
Oh, I've forgotten now. Keemstar,
It was-
apparently.
It was Hyperloop. So yeah, they're making a pod for the thing, and
The Hyperloop
they
thing.
got through like their phase 1 of their
I'm sorry, you're
competition.
gonna have
Sort
to
of.
explain to me what a hyperloop is. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Think like a vacuum hose, right? But you've got something stuck in it.
Oh boy, I think you just made things worse. Oh yeah, just
No,
feel
no.
like one of those vacuum hoses you get.
No, I can
Being
get that.
cute.
I get that. I get that.
It's basically a train inside a vacuum hose.
It's a low pressure tube, and they've got a train that like runs at ridiculously high speeds. It's electromagnetically propelled like maglev trains, but it's kind of like in a low pressure environment, so it can go pretty fast apparently. But I think they're trying to do a really small model, about I think 3 meters long.
2.5 meters long.
Yeah, I think they were saying about 3 meters long or so. And
When it's at such low pressure, will it not break the sound barrier like immediately and just be a pain in the ass?
well, doesn't work the other way? Doesn't the sound barrier break at a much higher velocity when it's a lower pressure?
Well, it's gonna be less oxygen and like air molecules bouncing around, right? So there's gonna be
Yeah.
less spit. Like there's be more space in between each molecule.
Yeah, so you're not really
Therefore,
going to
it'll take longer for the sound to propagate.
Yeah,
So
so,
yeah,
the
so
speed of
you
the sound will be slower.
The speed of sound will be slower. Yeah, higher.
Really?
No,
Yeah, higher. I would
Higher.
have thought higher. Because
because
like
you think about water, right? Think about water. Water's way more dense than air. And the speed of sound is like 1,400 meters a second. something like that.
Oh, so it is slower then.
Yeah.
You said faster. I'm confused.
No. Sorry.
You know what?
speed
The
of
good thing about
in
this is
water
that we have Google
faster.
right in front of us. We
Yeah.
can have citation needed on everything we say, and now we can do it. Speed of sound in the upper atmosphere.
What's the speed of sound in a vacuum, though? That's the real question.
It's,
343 meters a second.
whoa, dude, you chill. Uh,
Anyway, whilst you look that up, Kieran, Harrison, see when earlier you mentioned that Drew was pleased that your designs were actually manufacturable. Was that a dig at stability and control by any chance?
Possibly.
Am
I think,
I
to be honest,
seeing-
it was more dig at like bad PhD students because
Am I
like
seeing infighting
he was
in the uni already?
yeah, I think in the uni already because I mean I think most of their work is for PhD students. And he was saying when I went to him the first time, like, you know, he could do some fancy curves and stuff in the CNC machine. I mean, of course he can because it's like computer controlled. They're not actually doing too much.
Yeah, it's not like he's doing the curves, is it?
Exactly. But his point was like, you know, they did some fancy like blades or impellers or something. And I think they were given like some crappy model that they couldn't really do it with, and they had to like kind of make it. And he was given a kind of like a dig at them, like, you know, geez, guys, step it up. Like, you could have done all the work for me, and I wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah, fair.
Basically, because I mean,
PhD
you know,
students are
it's like
just
any
idiots.
technician. Oh, we love Drew. He helps us, but at the same time, they're lazy.
temperamental.
It's kind of like a sleeping bear.
Oh my god, is he ever?
You can poke him the wrong way, you might get jumped.
Yeah, he'll just come in one day furious and like throw spanners around, and then other days he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I can do that for you. It's fine." Kieran, any news on speed of sound?
Kind of.
All right, let's look it
I
up.
think. I mean, like, it's not really got it for pressure, but different mediums and stuff. It's solid. Then
Speed of
it's
sound in
like,
water is
a lot faster.
1,500 meters per second.
Thanks,
That's because
Harrison.
water is more dense than air.
Hey, buddy, this is my gig. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, in lighter materials, it's slower, and then
Yeah,
in
so I was right.
heavier materials. But I mean, like, it's not really comparable because it doesn't give you the density.
Yeah, but like in water, which is more dense than air, the speed of sound is faster. So
yes, but
in less dense air, in like low pressure air, speed of sound is going to be
but there's some things
slow.
that's like, I'm not sure if it's directly relatable, because I mean, like, the speed of sound in diamond is 12 kilometers a second, but then
That's because all the atoms
diamonds-
are really close together.
diamonds-
Oh, guys, hang on.
maybe.
We're being stupid. What's the equation for the speed of sound? Kieran, you won't know this because you didn't do heat and flow, you scrub.
I don't remember the
it
equation
is-
for the
I
speed
did
of sound.
Italian.
It's the square root of gamma RT, and there's no pressure term. Therefore, pressure does not matter.
Oh snap!
And gamma is the 1.4. It's like the constant of a gas, ideal gas, or something like that.
The material will change though. Like, the further up you get, the more lighter materials will be up there, right?
Yeah, but that's due to the density, not the pressure.
Yeah, it's true, but that will change the speed in upper atmosphere.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. The speed of sound stays the same, but you can move faster. Oh, this is blowing my mind.
No. The material's different. Oh, this has just become questioning.
This is blowing my mind.
Oh,
This is the sort of stuff that
It's got to be. The material's different up in the upper atmosphere, right? I mean, all the lighter gases will go up there, and the speed of sound in a different medium, i.e., a different gas, will be different.
it'll be pretty much the same now.
It'll change. No. The concentration, because I mean, air is very specific because it's a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, and some other stuff, carbon dioxide, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, but the tube isn't in upper atmosphere, is it? It's just in low pressure air.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's actually the whole reason why we were talking. I don't know why I was going off.
Because all I was thinking
right.
of, I was thinking of Felix Baumgarten. You know how he jumped out of that balloon?
Yeah, boy.
And
Well, out of the balloon. He was just sitting in the balloon. He's just like, yeah, I reckon this is high enough. Takes a knife to the balloon. Pop! And there he falls. Yeah, I remember that. That was a crazy day.
He broke the sound barrier, but only in the upper atmosphere because the terminal velocity of a human is slower than the speed of sound. But then I was like, oh, it was because there was less pressure up there, but it wasn't because there was less pressure. It was just because he was able to fall faster because his terminal velocity was greater. That's why he broke the sound barrier.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
There's less
it was less drag.
Yeah, I was being a big galoof. Sorry.
Science.
Okay.
Anyway,
Cool.
Yusef.
So, in other news, I don't know. Is there any other news? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, we're having another joint social on January 11th. It's gonna
We've never
have.
had a joint social.
Well, I mean, there was one in like the first year, I think, of USEV, which I was not here for.
I don't remember that. Craig, you were part of this in first year. No, you weren't. You were in
I
second.
wasn't.
Ah, I'm the
Joint-
most senior member
Joint with who?
ever.
It's USM, but like we're also now having USM. I think Strathblows.
Yeah, we're gonna
Hyperpoop.
we're gonna invite them all. Strathpoop.
What's Strathpoop?
Well,
Sorry.
Strathloop. Strathloop's the Hyperloop team.
Oh, Strathloop. I think it said
Yeah,
Strathpoop.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah,
what
that
is...
was
I mean, I
what's
did.
Strathpoop?
because Harrison's being very disrespectful. They've got a great
see,
idea
I
and it's
see.
completely feasible, and
Yeah.
it's going to succeed. Because they're one of 52 teams out of 1,300 that made it to phase.
Wow, that's pretty
two?
good.
Right?
Well, it's their phase 3, but it's like equivalent to like the Eco Marathon phase 2. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
So they're designing their specs for the 11th of January. They have to have their whole design done for January the 11th, which is a lot of work in itself, and also have to secure all of their funding by January the 11th. And they don't have any sponsors. Am I right in saying that?
Boy.
We don't know
Yeah.
that.
I don't think we know that, but we also I don't think they're getting. I mean, I think they were within the Triple E department, but I don't think they got money from them either.
I
And
mean,
they want to get what was it? They were saying like their pods could cost about
50K.
each ski was about $1,000.
Oh,
And it's
wait.
like
What?
but it's like yeah, $1,000 each, and it's like they've got
But
8
you
of
said it
them.
had to be
And you're like,
3
oof,
meters long.
they
yeah,
said their
it's 3 meters
Hallback array
long, but
thingies cost
Hellback
$5,000
arrays.
each.
$5,000 each. Never mind. So it's 8 $5,000 things. It's $40,000. And not only do they want that, they also want the uni to put them through to California, which is about my estimate is about £600. That's what I paid for to get to America in summer. That's for each flight, so it's like
That's
£600
crazy.
both ways. That's 1,200 per student just to travel. So it's a
And
one and
you're
a
at
half
least-
grand
you're at
to get a
least taking
stay
5
there.
students, at least.
It's mental.
That's
That's like so what? There'd be 4. Oh man, if they're 4 of
It'll
them
be
went, it's like
they're
$6,000 on top of their $40,000, and that's just their skis. And holy hell,
That's
they're not even
crazy.
pressurizing anything, and they got to secure that by January the 11th. Where are they gonna get that
And
from?
also, say if they're coming into the social.
True. Yeah, because we've got the social on the same day that their phase 2 application goes through.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So,
So
yeah,
basically, what we're
that'll
saying
be an interesting day. I think we'll have a lot to talk about. That'll be all
join
the talk will be
Strathloop.
Strathloop.
don't.
All the
So
talk.
we're saying don't join Strathloop because they have no money, and we're saying don't join USM because they're crap, but join USEV because we've failed to succeed at the Shell Eco Marathon for the last 2
Well,
years.
we're saving the planet. Like USM is burning down, and
Are we though?
Strathloop is just becoming essentially capitalists.
Please tell me how did you manage to recycle the last 2 cars?
I cut one with a saw.
And what happened to the bodywork
As
of
you
that
can
car?
see on the Reddit.
Oh, I think we gave it a very sweet ceremony.
I still have the marks from that. And then this year's car, how do we plan on recycling carbon fiber? Because I heard, that's super easy, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
we
gonna
we
go in our Hall of
recycled it
Fame.
because USM gave us all theirs and they weren't using it. Therefore, recycled.
I was more talking about the carbon fiber that we've used.
Oh, yeah. No, we're gonna
That's
take it home and
great.
make it into ball openers.
I believe.
A whole body.
I mean, right. So we can cut it up into like wall art, and we can put it in our Hall of Fame in the basement amongst all the failed projects of the uni.
So we
And,
could suspend the whole body from our roof.
No, I'm getting the tail. The tail's mine.
You on the tail?
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember
You can flame it.
setting that bad boy up. was good fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
I remember the vacuum bag fun.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
got the recollection. Maybe on the slideshow right now, you're gonna see a photo of me in a bag. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll put
I'm
that
not doing
That's
this.
right,
Not a
Craig.
body bag.
Right now, you're gonna see me.
It's not-
Yeah,
it's
not in a
not
body
like that.
bag. It wasn't that bad, but in a bag in which you could seal me up and stick me in the freezer, and it'll last for months.
It's not
It's like
happening.
a Ziploc bag, but it's green, and it's
Yes.
not got a zip.
Yep.
It
So I have to
is-
use sticky gum.
it is an
technology
important
with
thing though.
epoxy resin.
Like it is important though, like because even though making like a vehicle that's super economical is good, like it's not very sustainable. Like the materials that we use and stuff are all just get like put in the bin at the end. So, you know.
I mean,
Well,
we're
I mean,
chassis-
we're still asking for a recycling bin to have in the lab, but we've not seen that yet.
Yeah,
been a
because it's
long
going to
time
help so
coming.
much, right?
Maybe one day we can actually wear the eco vehicle part with pride. So
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just Yusuf,
Us be.
us V. Or we could be insev.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. I mean, we're reusing all the metal bits mainly.
And we used some of the metal to make a shield, right? And that was pretty good.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I think
But,
we're trying.
Yeah.
We'll get it eventually. It's small beginnings, but I wouldn't worry about it. Just don't fucking worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
A wise man once said, that man is the current head of stability and control, and quite the mouth on him, might I say? Quite the ass
Yeah,
on him
for
as
sure.
well. I might also say
He's got luscious locks too.
it's true.
I think he conditions
And a
them.
great beard.
That's questionable.
I think that's a wonderful place to end. Don't you think?
But guys, I didn't even get to ask you how your weeks have been.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I think
I was
we can
avoiding
go-
that question. That was the whole point.
What have you been up to, Kieran?
Work. I've had a lot of assignments. I got to SolidWorks this weekend too for the Phase 2 application.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, we did the video for that too this week.
Did you do the video for it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Has it
Oh,
been
yeah.
released?
Quite a lot of high production stuff going on, dude.
We hired a professional photographer that happens to be free because he's a part of USEF, and he has videos, and he did videos of us.
Melanie is going to be so miffed.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I also got I got my camera today too. Forget all I said earlier about ending the video there. So much to talk about. I got a Sony A6000. It's not actually A, it's Alpha, but everybody
Alpha.
calls it A. I know. Tell me about it. But it's cracking. It's really sharp, and I'm looking forward to using it for you, Seb. Just listen to the click.
Oh wow.
How was that?
That was really nice.
I'm looking forward to testing this bad boy out. Get a couple macro shots of the like the gears and stuff.
Rewind a second.
What?
Can we just like take a little step back and go back to Phase 2 application?
Yeah, might
Yeah.
as well.
Where's the video? I've not seen no video.
It's not out yet. It's a work in progress.
We just made
It's
it.
been released.
I mean, given this, the Ross has taken all the videos of all us talking, and this weekend we're gonna be making the CAD videos and making it all pretty and pretty nice.
Yeah, he's gonna be putting a sick dubstep beat on the back of it.
I have a really, really important question though.
Okay.
Can Insev get an exclusive on the release?
I think so. I think that's possible as
We
long
could
as
do
we
it.
can get
I mean, I'll
access
go
to
on
the
Go on the
footage.
website. We might just put it in the spot where it matters first.
You know
Yeah,
this spot.
this spot. Yeah.
We could always do a post about it first. Like we could post it on Insev as an article as to how much work and effort and who's the real masterminds behind it
Oh yeah,
on the,
definitely.
on the Insev page. Because of
It's
course
like
we still have a website to uphold.
It's
yeah,
like, you
the
know,
website is super important.
anonymous. They're like the masterminds behind everything. So that's what insev is to USEV.
Yeah. It always has been. If you actually see, if you peel the U away, like the paint on the wall, underneath it says "in."
It's actually not.
True story.
That is true.
Yeah, we put that there when we painted the wall. Nobody knows it. Don't tell anybody.
And you can't peel it off either
Shh, better
because
keep it
then
quiet.
you'll like have to repaint it, and that would suck.
Exactly. Don't ever
If
say
you
anything
peel it
about
off
it on
and find
social
out,
media.
we'll have to kill you.
That
This is also true.
but
So,
yeah,
Craig,
and then
how has your week been, man? We haven't.
oh man,
You've asked us.
it has been eventful as per usual. So Saturday, Claire broke her foot. For those that don't know, Claire is my wifey, and so I've been like having to drive her around because she's in a cast, so that's fun.
Hey, Mumty.
I know,
you
right?
played chauffeur.
I've been chauffeur for the last week. My paper got sent to Jaguar Land Rover today, so that was fun.
You got sent to Jaguar Land Rover.
Yeah.
What did you get sent for?
Well, they asked me to write it for them, so.
Oh yeah.
And I broke my car as well, so that's fun.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You got a new car?
No, I broke my car.
How'd it
Oh,
break?
dude.
I was trying to park,
Did it go boom?
and like when you go to private parking bays and they have like the little bollards that you can stick up. It was down. It was down, but then like obviously the car is super low to the ground. So as I drove over it, it like scraped the underside of the car. And now whenever I'm in reverse or whenever I go past 35 miles an hour, it rattles to all hell. So I think like the exhaust is loose.
So you get out your skateboard, right? And you just roll under the car, and you
Because it's so
take
low.
those
The car's so low to the ground that you can't get under it. I need like to hoist it
jacks.
up. Yeah.
What you need the experts at USEV.
Do. We should probably end it here then. We'll be back. We'll be back next week, definitely, probably. Yeah.
We'll have improved audio quality that's gotten worse.
The audio quality will continue to degress as we move on.
Maybe I'll get into more drunken mishaps. I'll be celebrating an exam next week on Friday.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh
exciting.
boy.
My first exam.
Next week's first exam. So good.
I'll make sure I can grab a couple of beers for the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
There is 2 beers in the fridge in the lab.
Oh yeah.
So
well, now you've told people they're going to be gone for next week.
they'll be drank on sooner than that. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, good luck with your exams, guys.
Don't
Don't mess them up this
Thanks,
time.
Greg. Shall we end it there?
Yeah. Mwah.